Warning: the people in this show are trained, scared boy professionals, and they know how to deal with scary things. But if you don't, and you're under the age of 13, and you get scared easily, don't watch it. Thanks.
By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein?
You're not about to sit here and tell me that he's a literary genius. He writes about fucking peep. He.
I'm gonna grab a pillow.
Maybe a long time ago.
Hold on, sorry, my back's hurting.
He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words.
God, that's a joke.
His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad.
You're fucking joking right now.
And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, then it can express views that would apply to anybody.
I see.
So, that's you. From that.
So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that?
Sort of.
She's
Maybe she's not an expert, but you'll probably find out. You probably won't find much filler in her poems.
Good. Just give me those arc episodes.
They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I love to see you try new things. Wink. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you're trying to... It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Yeah, I'm not trying to impress you either, bitch. Well, I'm trying to impress one, maybe two people.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident.
You're not an empress. Like, there are 4 people in your club.
Well, she's a popular girl in school. That's why.
That's true. That's true.
That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see.
Sometimes.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall.
I'm just another hole in the wall. I'm just another hole in the wall. I'm just another hole in the wall.
It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. What? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas.
It's kind of weird how, like, the poems are similar.
Yeah.
Like how they're talking about how blinds and lifting and stuff.
Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
I'm just... Because right now we're doing poetry in English.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to write all these poems in English.
Yeah.
And see what the teacher thinks.
Watch, she plays this game. Hey.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of my style. That's it. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
I'm not really sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I kind of think I need glasses. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, some kind of epiphany. I'm not
Sounds like something Fry in Future would say.
I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
Some kind of epiphany. That was smart. That was fun.
Oh, why don't we save it? Let's save it. Click save. Yeah. Okay. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other, I'll get into the deep shit. The stuff I only tell the demons that whisper in my ear.
Jesus.
Anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
You are a presumptuous bitch, aren't you?
Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain can get too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper, and then tidy up later. That's actually really good prompt. I use that a lot. Like, a lot of times I'll just, like, write complete bullshit, and then, like, look at, what the fuck am I writing?
Yeah.
But it's workable. Another way to think about this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. A dark puddle like the dark spots I see in the middle of the night, seeping from... Sorry. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. People can't listen.
I knew you were going to do that. I like how that's our new thing. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Except for the fucking... Except Natsuki's. This is the literature club, after all. I sigh.
People can't sigh.
I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Of course she does. Why would she be doing anything else? It's with this language.
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is... how would you say... cute?
Did you completely miss symbolism or something?
It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I do that. I just... the language... it just seemed cute. Try to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
That's when you stop talking to her. That's not when you make it worse. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which
That's
people
not what you
did,
do.
By the way.
That's not what you do.
Sayori liked it, and Capson did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own.
2 out of 3, it's a good control group.
First of all...
Excuse me! I was gonna talk!
You sound like, what? Super Jail? You sound like Alice.
Oh, I do! Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Oh, I was trying to place it this whole time.
Yeah. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style.
Damn.
And if you don't really think that that's really cool, I'm gonna friggin' kick your ass, I guess. Which I haven't yet. And Captain liked my poem too, you know.
Not really.
He even told me he really wanted to suck my dick because he read it so good.
Fuda. I didn't like either of your poems, but if I had to pick, I'd pick hers. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what You're just
a bitch. Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Captain appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. She just went Super Saiyan.
What is like a quiet Super Saiyan? She's risen to the level of a normal human. That's her Super Saiyan. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
He said so. Right? No. I was just full of myself, I guess. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. She roasted her!
Cat fight. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Capson started showing up.
Oh!
God damn!
Rose.
That just went up like another 10 levels.
Natsuki! Natsuki, that was a little... This doesn't involve you!
I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Captain? She's just trying to make me look bad.
I pick her.
My boobs actually grew.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Capson.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings most effectively. Hold up, I got a burp. Ooh. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary. My bad. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it is also a waste. You understand that, right, Captain? Well...
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's gonna be... Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented.
Oh, well...
But Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Aha.
I won, you lost. I'm big and you're small. That's not...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism could lead to something pretty key.
I feel like he's just opening a book and like, this is how poems are. Read.
I glance over my shoulder. Sayori's nodding vigorously. Yes, so you don't need to feel threatened.
That's fine nodding. So.
You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri.
Huh?
Yuri looks at me dejected.
I don't like you anymore.
With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either.
Well, if you say so.
Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Captain. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Ooh... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, The thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone. Yeah, so she meant everything else. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. And then pulls the socks off. Sayori?
Thanks, we're getting sweaty. I'll go make some tea.
Huh?
With these sock sweats.
Just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat her on the shoulder. She's like a little kid.